Hi friends, welcome to the channel. So firstly, continue to say thank you to those who supported the channel by subscribing, commenting, liking the videos we've shared, but also who have followed the journey on LinkedIn. So today, as you can see, I finally got to sit on that barber's chair. Now there's something very small that I hadn't thought about when I started this journey, right? So, because back home, I have my guy, I have my routine, so this is fairly something easy for me. And out here, it's been wild, man. You've seen it in my beard, in my hair. It was wild. It was something that I really felt was overdue. So sitting on that chair was really inspiring and an opportunity to really, to engage with people. But more importantly, as those who know, barbershop's about music that plays in the background as the soundtrack of the conversations or people getting their hair attended to. And for me, there were two things that I got reminded of. So firstly, it reminded me of my barber back home and his love for music and all the playlists he's been able to share with me over the years. He's been taking care of my hair and beard. Secondly, is my commitment and all promise to you guys to say I will be sharing some of the music that's keeping me company on this journey, and believe you me, it's been plentiful. So what I've decided to do is really share a few of those playlists that I feel like really resonate and hopefully can resonate with you as well. But before I get into that, I want to spend some time talking about the song that inspired it all. This trip hasn't been just about movement. It hasn't been just about driving, playing golf. It's really been about self-discovery. It's really around reconnecting with who I am. And the song that inspired that, most of us have a song that we love because it reminds us of something, inspires us or motivates us. For me, this song was prophetic in the way I was leading my life and the way it was challenging me that, change can only come if you confront it. If you slow down, if you really look at what needs to change in your life. Change comes from effort. And this song is called Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke. That song is prophetic, guys. And is the reason really I had the courage to do this. Is the reason why we had the wisdom talk today. So friends, the first playlist is called Hope Through the Struggle. And it's inspired by the song that made all this happen, Sam Cooke's Change Is Gonna Come. I think Sam reminds us that, good things are coming. Change is gonna come, even though things look very messy today. I don't know what mess you're in, but, I want you to be reminded that, things are gonna come. For me, listen to the soulful voice of Marvin Gaye, Nina Simone, and the urban poetry of Kendrick Lamar was a real reminder to stay grounded in my truth, and reminder that, my story isn't as big as it is, but it's only meaningful if it's part of your story, everybody's story. I think that's what makes us human. That's what makes our lives meaningful. And for me, this song will always be my grounding. This playlist will be my grounding. It's something that I really, really enjoyed. And I hope you also listen to it and really find the inspiration to power through the mess that you're in, whatever it is. And remember that, things are going to change. The good stuff's going to come. You just got to be patient and keep at it. Yeah. So the next playlist is Pressure Makes Diamonds, and this playlist was very, very important to keep me going, because there were nights where I was feeling tired, or mornings I woke up uninspired. There were days where I was meant to shoot this content and I was like, nah, too tired, not interested in this. But I think the pressure of it all, this playlist taught me to take it as an honor, take it as an opportunity, and this was inspired by Kanye's Diamonds from Sierra Leone. And those who know the song, is really around rising from the ashes. It's really around believing who you are and believing in your own story and believing in your own truth. And I think for me was the inspiration I needed. It kept me grounded, kept me reminding me that the pressure is good. If this decision I took was so easy, there would have been like thousands of people on the road that I would drive past who were doing the same thing. But a lot of people, when I told them the story, they were surprised. They were like, huh? 6 months sounds like a long time. How brave you are. Some people are very encouraging, amazing, something that all people should do for themselves. So I think this playlist was about that. It's about like when I'm feeling pressure, I must remember, that's where diamonds come from. If I want to be a diamond, I have to find ways to deal and accept the pressure that came with this stuff. And this playlist was a real reminder. It's a nice hip hop mix that I hope some of you will enjoy and find joy in as well. So the third one is called Soft But Strong. It's actually a collection of R&B songs by female artists, and for me, this playlist really was inspired by H.E.R's Damage, H.E.R. And it was a reminder of truths that maybe sometimes I can't say it aloud, truths about love, support, resilience, being present, and all those sort of things. So it became a warm songs that reminded me that it's okay to love, it's okay to care, right, without asking me to be small or to be someone else. And just listening to the music reminded me of everybody in my life that they've gone out of their way to support, love me, and care for me. And that's the third one. It's called Soft But Strong. Sometimes we are taught to be too hard, and sometimes being soft is the strength. Hope you enjoyed the playlist. So the fourth one, guys, it's called No Regret, Just Echoes. I'll be honest with you, this decision wasn't easy. It's a tough decision. And there are nights still today that I wrestle over the reality of the choice I've made. And I think for me, The Collapse, the song by Vancouver Sleep Clinic, it really cracked something open in me. It was a reminder that it's okay. We have to be able sometimes to sit in our truth and make sure that the memories we make, the learnings, the development we get, we sit through those echoes and we remind ourselves that this is worthwhile. So I really enjoy this playlist, and the rest of the songs that you'll find, they're really about who you are, how sometimes it's hard to be who you are, who you want to be. So I hope you find some inspiration in these songs and you get reminded that it's life shouldn't be about regrets, it should be about echoes. What we say, we put out to the universe sends back to us. And if you believe, we send the right thing, right energies, those will come back to us, and it'll be echoes that will be comfortable to sit in. Hopefully you say the same sentiment after listening to this playlist. So the fifth and final one, it's called From Sinner to Sage, The Journey to Better. And this was inspired by Joe Cole's Born Sinner, right? And that song is really about saying, regardless where we come from, doesn't determine who we become or how our lives end. I think for me, it's a choice. It's a reminder that, you might be born a sinner, but you'll die better than that. You're guaranteed to die better than that if you put in the effort. So for me, this became a really inspirational song that kept me going, and the songs that are in the playlist also very inspiring, reminding me, we have to keep going. Who we are, where we start, doesn't determine where we end. And I think sometimes, we let where we come from, limit, or the people around us, limit us because of people who can only see what they see today. But you have to believe, you have to have a bigger vision for yourself. And remind yourself where I am today isn't an indication or a prediction of where I'm going to end up. I might be a sinner, but who knows, I might be a saint next month if I really put in the effort to do the right thing. So that song is really about being better as a journey, right? So let's all enjoy our journeys. We're all sinners. Let's continue to work hard to be saints and to be sages, to really create inspiration and find that light, not for only us, but for people around us and people we care about. So hope you enjoy this playlist, and it's really dominated by J. Cole. Those who know me know how much I love him. So do be patient with me. There'll be quite a lot of J. Cole in the playlist. But I do hope you enjoy it and you really get inspired to continue your journey and not let where you are today at this moment define where you're gonna end up. Friends, this playlist weren't just music. They became my therapy, my late night conversation, the stillness I needed to think. They helped me, write a story or a new soundtrack to me, to my becoming, to who I was becoming, who I'm gonna continue to work towards, right? So I hope you find them inspirational like I did, and I cannot wait for you to give me some feedback on after listening to some of these playlists and tell me your thoughts. So hope to see you again in the next part of our journey. So see you at the next stop. Hopefully that's been worth your while. Thank you very much for your support, and continue to bless you.